Team 2.
Oh, you don't have a cool name?
Childlike faith.
Yeah, faith. Because,
Not childish faith.
Light. Sound check.
Jesus.
Wow. All right, anyways.
All right, so we're Team 2, or childlike faith. Koku. Resuscitate. All right. Sound check.
The first treasure hunt, please.
The first treasure. Yes. Go ahead and talk about that.
It was amazing. Actually, we didn't plan for the children to go to the treasure hunt, so we just last minute said, hey, sure, the kids are going to come. And so they came, worshiped, they got the food, they gave it to their teacher, Denzel. And as we were out in groups, the children were with Denzel and just hanging out with us. And so one of the clues that Jordan got, actually, do you want to read the place that we went to?
Red Robins.
And then the girl that you prayed for, what color was hers? Her jacket, what color was her jacket?
It was pink.
And you had pink on your list, right? And so her name, we were able, or something like that. And we were able to pray for her, and actually Amanda laid hands. We had all the kids lay hands, and Amanda had prayed for her finances, and for God's presence as well. And
That's a clue that she got.
Yeah.
She had God's presence.
Yeah.
God's presence.
And so she's never, this is actually her first treasure hunt as well as all the kids, but she was able to lay hands, and she stepped out by faith and just started praying.
And they all laid hands on her.
Yeah.
Amen.
That was fun.
And I told her the kids weren't dangerous. And I said, well, I'm dangerous. No, that was fun.
Go ahead.
Jordan.
And then, Mona, you want to talk about Jesse?
God is amazing because there was when we were going to Red Robin, one of the ladies had walked out, and she was at Oakwood, my sister church, and she hasn't been in church for a very long time, and I haven't really talked to her. So what I know of her was she hasn't been in church, she's been partying and stuff like that. And when I started talking to her and stuff, she's like, "What are you guys doing?" And so I was telling her what we were doing, and she's like, "How awesome is that? I remember when we used to do that for the youth and this and that." And so I started talking to her about church and stuff. She's like, "Yeah, I'm going back to church now." So I was excited, because she was on my mind lately too, and to hear that. But as we went in, I saw one of my spiritual kids when they were little in church, and his name's Jesse, and he was just sitting down. He had to take his glasses off because he saw, "Hey, Mona," and I was like, "I know this person?" But he took his glasses, and I recognized him, and I was talking to him, and he actually had a real bad tragedy in his life. He lost his nephew they buried him on Wednesday, but it was the child that drowned in the pool. It was all over the news, and so the family's taking it really, really hard. And his name started with a J, and we had got a lot of names with J. And so we were praying over him, and we got in a prayer circle, and we just started praying for him. And he's been struggling for a very long time, and he knows the Lord. So it was just like, he knew what we were talking to him about, because he knows the Lord. It's hard for him to come back, and there's always death upon him. And that was one of my clues, was life, death, and he's got
something was coming against him that was trying to hurt him, and that's what I got.
Something he needed to shake off.
Yeah, and he's his whole life growing up, and when he went away, was that he would always suicidal, really, really bad when he was little, growing up with his family. So that was so I knew that was like, because I told him, I go, "You're not going to, we're going to pray for you." So I'm like, he's just like, he goes, "No," I'm like, "No, we're going to pray over you." And so Pastor Christina, we started praying.
Prayer hands is tattooed.
Really?
And then Pastor Christina gave him scripture, Philippians 4:7-9. You talked about the mind and his heart.
Peace. I think one of you guys got peace too, right?
I got purification. When you started, and God was already put in my head, purification of his
And then we got another couple. They actually came. They're like matching flannel shirts. It's kind of funny. They were in blue, and then Joey, I think, got blue shoes, right?
Yeah.
And I got the orange blue, and so we started ministering to them. And her, I forgot her name, but she was just so, yeah, it was just Joy. She was just so happy and so joyous, and so we were able to pray over them as a couple. Yeah.
Your vision.
Oh, I got a vision. Sorry, I forgot. Good one. I got a vision. I was just praying with her. She's just full of joy, and that it doesn't matter what comes against her. That she just brushed it off and just felt the joy. She's like, oh, it doesn't matter. And she keeps going, and we confirmed it. And Pastor Christina asked, is that true? And to her boyfriend and her, and she said, yeah, that she's always joy and always laughing or smiling, and just full of joy.
And that's one of the clues that Danny had got.
Yeah, it was joy.
It was funny because we were praying for her, and God was making me laugh because I told her every time you put on your blue shoes, you're going to remember this day that you had a divine appointment with God. It's going to come back. It was funny. I was like, you really want me to tell her that? Something that's just like off the wall.
When you told her,
She looked at her shoes. so now when she looks at her shoes, she's going to remember.
Anybody else? Another interesting thing though that happened in our group is some of our clues went with your guys' clues.
Yeah, they did.
So we had eye, fire, red, different things that you guys had said.
I got big eyes.
Jack, huh?
Big eyes on mine.
Look at his shirt.
Oh yeah, big eyes.
And then Denise and Amanda and I were talking to this twin sons, Pedro and Pablo, and the mom's name was Maria, and then they started praying for her, and Amanda was, she's going to fall out. She was stumbling around, like she was going to fall out.